What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. I have this massive 5-foot tall box that arrived today. Well, a few days ago. It's in Puerto Vallarta on vacation, but here it is, Queen Studios Aquaman. One monstrous box. The box was pretty beat up. I bought this from none other than Anton off of Facebook. That's where you'd contact him. He sells a variety of XM products, Queen Studios, Prime One, Sideshow, tons of stuff. This is the first time I've actually used them. And he shipped quickly, DHL, which is nice. This is a brand new Aquaman. He gave me what I would consider a pretty darn good price. So here is the 𝗬𝗎𝗲𝗀, and it looks like they actually included a plaque, which is really nice because they've never done that before. So I do like that. I hope this is a new trend with Queen. Because the size they do their 𝗬𝗎𝗲s on are not your standard 7.5 by 11. So you have to get a custom frame, which is way annoying. All right, the moment of truth. How good is this silicone portrait? All right, so it's not in this box. This is the base. This is quite a heavy box, by the way. All right, I got number 121 of 666. Surprised they chose 666 as their edition size. That is interesting. So here is a bag of goodies. We got a makeup brush. This is for the 𝗬𝗎𝗲𝗀, some like screws, and gloves, which I can wear when I pick up Aquaman. So his base does have some foliage and different tree parts. Where the frick does that go? Wait. That goes in at a side angle via magnet. Then another tree part. Although, based off that angle, I'm gonna wait to put that one in until we get Aquaman in, because that looks like his foot could easily go and break that. All right, and then you get a ton of different like plastic plants that you get to put in, 4 of them, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is part of his ginormous trident. And this fills, I don't think it's metal. It's definitely like a heavyweight polystone though. All right, now we can see the Aquaman. Oh boy. So, I see Aquaman hand holding part of the Trident, and yeah, you gotta remove Aquaman first. Can't see Aquaman's face just yet. We'll check that out in a minute. I haven't bought a half scale in a long, long time. If you remember, I even thought about selling some of my half scales, but then decided I just couldn't do it. So instead, we got this. All right, the moment of truth. Let's see this portrait. Oh boy, look at that. It does look really good. Gotta get it out and fix it though. All right. Now this feels very, very heavy. All right, here is the Trident Hand. And my puppy is officially barking. He misses his daddy. Check out how big this is. Yeah, this is huge. Set that down. Now getting Aquaman out is a little tricky. I really don't know where to grab him. We do it like this, I could pick him up by his shoulders. Just lean him out of the box. Alrighty. He is quite heavy. Yeah, I can tell this is a heavy piece, which I'm not always the biggest fan of heavy. Yeah, you definitely got to do this tree after. And you have various plants you can display how you want. Very similar to the Predator statue. All right, so done with the foliage. Next is his hand. Whoa, that is a strong magnet. I believe they even want this to go like, yeah, like that. And then the top part. God, this is such a tall statue. I believe goes like this. All right. Is that right? Has to be like that. All right, there we go. That looks accurate. Next, you have his hair, which is just bunched up. A lot of hair product in this, so they say you gotta use water to fix it. So I will do that tomorrow because it's very late and I'm very tired. But check this out. There is some hair in the face. Remember, silicone is sticky. I don't like any in the face. Yeah, his head moves a little, as you see. Let's do a few close-ups. So you can see against the Trinity. Yeah, the light really just hits this.
that gold armor. Yeah, I will need to use the brush, but you can see his head, you know, it's silicone. Very, very good likeness. Yeah, the detail definitely is outstanding in that portrait. Definitely very, very, very nice piece. I gotta fix that hair note for sure, and go ahead and place it over there. We do need to fix that hair for sure, so I might keep it on the Lazy Susan or even just try to fix it now. But check that out. Queen Studios' first half-scale piece. I do have the Iron Man on PO. That one is not silicone, and it was priced a little bit cheaper than this. It's also about 45 inches tall, quite big. But man, look at that. Very, very cool. Gonna try to fix the hair real quick before I move him into a spot though. Alrighty folks, got Aquaman all set up, got the hair to my liking. I just sprayed it a few times and used a comb to really help straighten it out a little bit and whatnot, make it look good. Had to remove several hairs off the face. Whenever you get silicone, there's always going to be these tiny little hairs that are on their face, and you want to use generally a brush to go ahead and remove them. Now these brushes are not the best for removing them. Queen also does give you these harder brushes on some of their silicones, and I like using that to remove the hairs. I feel like it's really does a really good job, and even sometimes that doesn't do the job and you just have to use your finger. Just be very careful. But I removed all the hairs because I hate seeing little hairs on them. That's one thing that always bugs me with silicone, so I have to remove every single one. And I also removed any stray hairs that were, you know, coming out or too long. You know, this is hand punched hair. But let's check out some of the accessories you get here. So you get this 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗏. Now, the thing they included is not big enough, so whenever you insert these, you are going to destroy some of the corners, just an FYI. I mean, it looks fine, but if you were to ever remove this, these corners are hit by this, so it will be destroyed. And this also even has a Queen Studios logo. Now, I love this plaque. I think it's awesome. And I hope Queen Studios continues to do these. Although I would say make it just a tad bigger so you don't have to destroy your 𝗀𝗃𝗃 inserting it. Although, granted, even if you were to sell this, I'd just ship it in that and never remove it from that case. And I like how it has the Queen Studios logo on it to really just stand it apart. So that's very classy, and I like that. Now, you get the Queen Studios brush, and this is the softer brush, you know, so you can use it to dust this and whatnot. Here is a maintenance instructions, and it talks about how to care for silicone and whatnot. And then they also have this. I don't know what this is for. Something in Chinese. I can't really read it. But let's check out this base. So this base is about the size of my table, actually, almost perfectly. And I believe my table's about 22 inches, if we're gonna... no, it's about 20 inches deep. So 20 inches deep. Looks like it's slightly wider, though. I believe it's 22 inches wide. Now this base has this black... What is that, an octangle? Drawing a blank, it's late, folks. Octagon with the Aquaman logo. I do like the logo. It helps match some of these other themes with, you know, saying Aquaman and whatnot. This has a water translucent effect. No fish or anything, just water and ground underneath, but it does look excellent. And the majority of the base does have a nice glossy wet look, like this rock. And these rocks all have a glossy look to it, except for that one. And some of the back parts are not quite as glossy. This does look good. You have multiple tree like branches coming out, and they look excellent. And then you got the foliage. This base is honestly very similar to the Predator base in many, many ways. Similar shape, being an octagon with a logo on the front, black, and then trees, foliage, and the whole water effect. So honestly, reminds me a lot of the 𝗪𝗏𝗧, and it's about almost the same size. I'd say 𝗪𝗏𝗧's a little bigger. And overall, the 𝗪𝗏𝗧 is a better base because it has some additional things. But this base is better than any of those bases, I will say. I like this better. Those bases, they're museum style quality and they look decent, but I'd prefer this type of base. More detailed environmental base instead of the museum style. So overall, the base, it's a good size. I wouldn't want it any bigger or any smaller. It fits Aquaman just perfectly, and it tells a story, you know, him coming out of the waterfall scene, which is what this is from. This is what it's posed. He just barely got his yellow costume with the golden trident. I'll be watching the movie tomorrow. I've seen the movie, I believe, about 3 times now, and I do really like it. I think it's one of the better DC movies. So I'll watch it again tomorrow. I am definitely a big fan of Jason Momoa ever since Game of Thrones as Khal Drogo. And pretty much any movie he's been in, I do enjoy his performance. I'm a big fan of the actor. Now, this costume, I'm also a big fan of. I used to own the Sideshow one, and I love the vibrant colors. Now, Sideshow was mixed media. Like, this part was actual cloth, where this is fully sculpted. Personally, I would have loved if this was mixed media. I think it would be better. It looks really good sculpted, you know, but I think if they did mixed media, it would just bring that slight little edge. So that would be something I would ding it on, is the fact it's fully sculpted when I think they should have did a mixed media. You know, even like this should be like a rubber. Similar to like the Batman and Superman costume, the way their costumes are done. They look sculpted, they're mixed media, they're extremely good. Probably the best mixed media I've ever seen. I would have loved if Queen did that. Now they did do an excellent job though on this. You know, and here is the hair. Now this hair has multiple colors. You got brown, almost blackish. You got the blonde, and there's even a few grays in there. Not a ton to see back here, really. Everything is in the front. But overall, this does look really nice. The green parts. This has almost more of a metallic look to it. But overall, it looks great. Then you get to the gold part. The gold does look great. It reminds me exactly of Sideshow's gold, which I always thought was perfect. So definitely a very good, vibrant gold, which does look awesome. And then you have these giant glove hands, semi-metallic paint. You know, you could just see the size reference. This is half scale, so half the size. Now, this is a tad smaller than those guys. I'm going to measure it real quick, though. So, to the top of this Trident, 47 inches. I think that's probably my tallest statue now, to be honest. I don't think I have anything 47 inches. So, that is my tallest statue now, officially. Now, yeah, because even, I think he's 44 inches. So, 47 is my tallest now. Now to the top, from the bottom of Aquaman's feet to the top of his head is 37 and a half inches tall. That is the exact same size as Wonder Woman. Superman and Batman are a little bit taller. They're more like 38 and a half. Batman being the tallest because of his cowl. But Superman was like 38 to 38 and a half. So Aquaman is slightly shorter. Now, I believe Jason Momoa is about 6'1" in real life. You know, and I believe Henry Cavill is also the same. I would say this probably should be a half-inch taller. Especially, Quinn Studios probably knows that a lot of people getting this plan to display it with the Trinity. I'm going to be displaying it right here, so the slight size difference doesn't matter. Heck, I could even display it on that little riser, and that helps as well. But I think they should have scaled it to Prime 1, unless they're going to be making the entire Trinity themselves, having them all scaled properly with environmental bases, which would be awesome. But The only thing they've shown off so far is a half-scale Wonder Woman from Wonder Woman 2. The like golden armor, which frankly I wouldn't care to own that in half scale. I don't care to own that one in general. I'm not gonna buy that costume. I want OG only. Just like with Harley Quinn, I only want the OG. Now let's look at the Trident. So it does rest here on the base, so it's not floating. And this thing is huge. It does have Atlantean writing on it. All throughout this front part. Like I said, it feels like a heavy-duty metal. It does have some nice texturing to it. Like it's a real, you know, weapon. On the back part, a little bit more Atlantean writing. It is a little bit hard to see it, obviously, but it does have some Atlantean writing. Overall, it does look pretty good. I have no complaints. The gold colors are great. It does have some nice shading. Oh boy, my robot vacuum just went off. That means it's really time for bed. All right, and then you come to the main reason you're really going to buy this, the portrait. Now, there definitely is a noticeable difference between this portrait and one of those portraits. Obviously, because it's silicone, not just the hand-punched hair. You know, because Wonder Woman does have hand-punched hair, and her hair is excellent. But let's check out that Jason Momoa portrait. It definitely looks absolutely fantastic. It does have glass eyes as well. It looks really, really good. He has multiple moles, you know, like 4 little ones there, an additional 4 there, even like a mole under his nose. This left eyebrow does have like a slit in it, you know, because he has that in real life. The hair is individually hand punched. You can see right there. It does look great. And then the beard is also hand punched, and it also does look fantastic. It definitely looks extremely realistic. Very good skin texture. The eyebrows are very well done. And the eyes do look fantastic. He has, you know, really nice looking eyes. I like the eyes a lot. The hair does look fantastic all around, and you can display this how you want. You know, if you want to have some of it in front of them, I probably will just display it in the back, just like that. I think that looks really good. So I plan to display it just like that. I think that looks great. You know, where Wonder Woman, I do like to have some of it in front of her. Him, I'm just going to do it just like that. Then he does have these tattoos on his neck, which are accurate. The tattoos do look fantastic. The ears also look extremely well done. You know, I definitely think Queen did an absolutely phenomenal job on the portrait. It's definitely the best portrait of all my half scales. Most realistic with the eyes, the lips, the skin texture. They definitely did like a 10 out of 10 job for this portrait. That is just, you know, an absolute stellar portrait for sure. So yeah, overall, absolutely fantastic piece. Very, very impressive. Let's go ahead and set it up right there. I'm still waiting on the poster, unfortunately. Hasn't arrived. But let's see how it looks over there. Alrighty, YouTubers. So here is Aquaman all set up in the display. Wanted to go ahead and show this to you guys. I actually just finished watching the movie. I actually already recorded this part of the video, but I deleted it and I want to redo it because I have some different things to say now that I've seen the movie and whatnot. So let's back it up so you can get a good view of everything. Kind of hard to see when it's in camera because it like zooms close, but there you can see the 4 DC half scales I now own. So let me say this straight up. I absolutely love the Aquaman movie. I think it's probably one of DC's absolute best movies. This, Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League. I mean, they're all so good, but this, I love the Aquaman movie. The music, the fighting, the story, the characters, the cast, the villain, love it all. It's such a freaking good movie. Now, this statue itself, I would say it's close to perfect. There is a few things I think that Queen did definitely mess up on. Number one, and the biggest, is his eyes. Not that they're bad, it's the color, they're off. In the Aquaman movie, you know, here from the waterfall scene, his eyes are yellow. They're like a golden orange yellow, pretty much the entire movie. But on the statue, they did not do yellow. They did blue. Now, they were blue in Justice League. I think they probably did blue because it's probably cheaper to get, but that is inaccurate for this costume. It should have been the yellow eyes, and I think if it was, it would actually even look better because those eyes are very piercing looking. You know, you look at like my nun and Pennywise who has yellow eyes, and it really just, you know, catches your eyes. So it's kind of a shame that Queen decided to use the Justice League eyes, not the Aquaman eyes, because his eyes did change colors in the movies. So that is probably one of the biggest things I would say that Queen definitely messed up on is the eye color. Everything else aside, you know, you compare it to like that movie scene right there, and it's pretty darn accurate and close. I think the trident right here should be slightly shorter. You know, comparing it to the movie, I think it's just a little too long. And I actually tested it out, and that trident actually is metal. I brought a magnet over, and it did magnetize. So this is metal, which is awesome. Definitely happy it's a metal one, because, you know, Wonder Woman's sword metal, and if that was resin, that'd definitely be a huge fail. I thought it might have been resin, but no, it is metal, which is awesome. And the trident's definitely very well done. The overall costume, the base, the pose obviously is awesome. I think they did a stellar job on the likeness. It definitely looks like Jason Momoa. It's not, you know, there's a few things they could probably add, like a little bit more wrinkles in the face. Just a few, but the moles are all accurate, like the locations of them. You know, I paused the movie while watching it, and they definitely did a great job. His beard is not, it's actually pretty darn close, I would say. They definitely did a really good job, even like on this part when there's a little bit raised right here. That is accurate. And the hair, they definitely did a really good job in capturing the different colors. I would say really the biggest complaint is the fact the eyes are the wrong color. And I also do wish they did mixed media for the pants and maybe made them a little bit more vibrant. But nevertheless, this is definitely an absolutely amazing piece. You know, pretty much any statue you can find faults. So I'm trying to name the ones I can find. But when you look at this piece as a whole, you're like, holy crap, that's amazing. The vibrant gold, the giant trident, the portrait, the hair looks great, the tattoos, the beard. And even though the eye color is off, I mean, it's still technically Aquaman's eye color in one movie at least. So you got that going. Let's look on the movie here. Yeah, it's yellow right there. But overall, this is definitely absolute grail. It is a 10 out of 10 piece for me overall. I would just suggest to Queen to, you know, for future releases, make sure you get the correct eye color for this specific movie you're trying to represent. The only other thing I would probably nitpick is it's a little shorter than these guys. And that's only because I think Prime 1 overscaled theirs. Prime 1's notorious for overscaling and getting their scales all whack. You know, but Aquaman is technically the exact same height as Wonder Woman body to body, just her base is, you know, much taller. So his base is lower, but he does have the best base of all my half scales. And overall, I do think this is my favorite half scale now. Just everything on it, the base is superior. His overall body, I mean, I would say his body's about equal to theirs in terms of how good it looks. It's just that portrait, and then I really love the trident. It adds a lot of presence, and it's really cool looking. You know, where these two don't have a weapon. She's just a sword and shield, which is cool. And then that guy has, you know, like a gun. But that gun's very cheap looking because it's from an older movie. But overall, I would say it is the best half scale I now own. Now, I do have Queen's Mark 7 on order as well. Will that beat this? I don't think it will, just because this is silicone, that's an Iron Man. I do think it will be absolutely amazing, but I don't think it will top this Aquaman. Purely because this is silicone with all that hand-punched hair and the glass eyes, where Iron Man won't have that. But definitely looking forward to any other future Queen Studio half scales. You know, I know they're doing mostly Iron Mans right now, and they did tease a Wonder Woman in golden armor. I would not buy that. I will only buy Wonder Woman in her original OG costume. But it would be interesting to see if they ever do, you know, some Marvel half scales like outside of Iron Man. I know they're doing Captain, but let's see what else they can do and how good Captain turns out. But I'm very impressed with this Aquaman. It's definitely very, very impressive. And watching the movie really does make me want to buy Mera as well. I know she would look so fantastic where 𝗀𝗏𝗧 is. You know, I still need to get the poster and whatnot. My biggest problem is moving that 𝗀𝗏𝗧 bus is freaking super, super difficult, and I'm never going to sell it. You know, I love the creature bus, but moving that is just such a pain, so I'm not sure how I can do this in moving it. So, I don't know about Mera. I really do want her because I do like Amber Heard. I think she did a stellar job as Mera in the movie. She's so attractive, and the bus just looks so gorgeous. But overall, yeah, this is super, super impressive, no doubt. So if you're a big Aquaman fan, Jason Momoa, you have the Trinity, you want to expand, this is definitely an awesome piece to add to the DC half-scale line. So very, very impressive overall. Let me know what you guys think. Do you also agree that this is the best half-scale out there? Do you think it's better than Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman? I think if Wonder Woman had better likeness, then she would probably be my favorite. But her likeness, unfortunately, it just is not there. You know, it's probably like 80%. I would put Superman and Batman at 90 to 95, and Aquaman at about 95 as well. And when you have a piece this big, likeness is important, obviously. So unfortunately, her likeness just isn't there. I mean, it's still beautiful, and I like the look of it, but the likeness is off to gouge. She seems to have a hard portrait to capture. Aquaman, on the other hand, does not have a hard portrait to capture. Pretty much every Aquaman statue I've seen that I own, like the higher end, all have pretty good likeness. The Sideshow had fantastic likeness. My Prime 1/3 has great likeness. The Infinity Bust also has great likeness. And I'm sure that will turn out fantastic, no doubt. I personally just wanted this costume in a full figure version with that giant trident. That's what I personally wanted. But yeah, definitely awesome job, Queen. Overall, this is an amazing piece, and big shout out to Anton Wu who sold this to me. I'm going to put a link in the description below for his Facebook group, Facebook page, email address. If you guys are interested in contacting him, not only does he sell, you know, Queen Studio products, but he sells Prime 1, XM, Sideshow, old sold out grails. He seems to have a lot of connections and can usually find a piece for you as well. And he has very good communication, and he ships pretty much same day, if not next, DHL. So that means you're going to get it in about 2 to 3 days. So thank you, Anton, for this amazing statue. Definitely a keeper in my book, and worth the price tag. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.